morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Joel.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Matt.
I'm Albert.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Petey.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Grandpa.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys. And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. Pretty standard morning so far. We've already got the farm market set up. First things first, though, I wanted to bring you into our largest greenhouse and show you that we've actually started on cleaning it up. These tables along the left side of the greenhouse, we have already gone through and taken all the flowers off them and now pressure washed it. As we continue to move more flowers out of here, this whole thing will be pressure washed. Few good reasons for that. One, it makes it look really nice, and two, disease is something you do not want in a greenhouse. So not only are we gonna pressure wash this entire greenhouse, we are gonna go through and give it a deep clean, make sure that we won't suffer from any diseases next year. You saw how clean those tables were over there. This is what the tables will look like as we go throughout the entire year. This is just from water sitting on the tables. This table is usually pretty bad because this is where the geraniums sit, but for the most part, all the tables are dirty and do need to be cleaned off. So lots of progress with that yesterday. For the morning, though, the next job we need to be moving on to is taking care of the animals. A lot of these smaller cattle down here are making great use of the head gates, not getting pushed out of the way. Those were due for a long time here on the farm. Now that we have them, that's nice. That's really nice. Making a few upgrades to the chicken pen. Our one nest had been falling apart, so we just wanted to repair one of the stands on it. As we're doing that, Matthew is adding some straw to this pen. Now, we already added straw to the older laying hens, but he just needs to put a few bales in here as well. Since the chickens are starting to produce their eggs, we want to encourage them to be in the nest as much as possible. Adding fresh straw to the nest as often as we can, well, that's going to be something that contributes to that. Animals are now all taken care of for the morning. We've got everything fed and we've got the eggs collected. It's been a little strange on the farm the past couple days when it comes to feeding, especially for the cattle. Now, because we've switched over to using that silage that we had put into the bag, the cattle have been eating noticeably less, which usually concerns a farmer, but for us, we're not too concerned about it right now. For one, the silage that they're eating is nutritiously dense, so they're not lacking in that aspect. We feel the reason why they're eating less is because the silage that we're feeding has a little more corn in it. When we harvest the sweet corn for silage, there is a little bit there, but not near the amount that was in our silage corn. So this is filling up their bellies a little bit quicker. We've also noticed that they've been grazing a lot more, which is wonderful. I mean, that's where we love to see the cattle out in the pasture. But it's just something of note that I wanted to share with you. It's not all too often where you have cattle eating less. Next thing on our list for today is getting the potatoes all dug. We only have 4 rows left, and we're gonna be trying to fit it all onto the wagon. I don't know whose mug this is, but I just found this sitting down here. Whoever it is, they love peas, so you can guarantee that's not my mug. Nope. Regardless of our hatred for peas, we do need to move this wagon out of the storage area, so we have to get the tractor hooked up to it. We also have a few bins in the way, so we might have to move these. Matt's grabbing the tractor. I'm gonna go hop in the skid steer loader. What's up, little calves? Looking good. Gotta back it up. Originally, I thought I was only gonna need to move 2 bins, but I had to hop back in the skid steer loader and move another 2 bins. Now I got the slow ride all the way back to the potatoes. While Matthew and I were back at the farm, Dad headed out and he hopped in the windrower and he got started digging our potatoes. Now, when it comes to the potato rows, we count 2 rows as 1 because the digger can harvest 2 rows. So altogether we had 8 rows to dig, or 4 double rows. Now the 4 double rows, we are condensing them into 2 rows. Now why are we doing that? Probably so we don't have to just go from row to row to row. If we can keep everything in a line, it actually goes a lot quicker with picking stuff up. Dad already got the 1 row all taken care of, and the 2nd row he's working on now looks really good. It's easy to see why potato harvest has been so exciting. I mean, some of these potatoes are just massive. That potato next to my foot just looks huge. Not every potato looks like this, but we have found quite a few. It's pretty exciting when harvest really gets going to find all these awesome potatoes. But something we're gonna do is take a quick look at the machine, see how that's working, and then we're gonna get picking up potatoes. Now, it is a special day for many reasons, but a big reason is Tracy is actually out here with us. How do you feel about picking up potatoes today?
I love it. I love being outside.
It's a little muddy out here. Of all days to forget the gloves, today was not the day. Just got our first bucket full of potatoes picked up. We made good progress. We still got quite a ways to go, but it's nice to see potatoes going out of the field. Now, we've talked about these potatoes quite a bit because, well, we've been harvesting for a while, but this select variety that we're picking is Eva. It is a white potato, and for the most part, it's relatively round. I don't know if it's because of the amount of moisture we received this year that the potatoes are so large, but I don't remember them getting as big as what we've been picking. Now, an interesting thing about these potatoes is they're basically an all-round potato. You can use them for anything. Because of their round shape, they're really good for chips, but if you get longer ones, you can use them for French fries, you can make mashed potatoes out of them, you can basically do anything. Now, our family does something interesting every single year. I don't know if it's like an incentive to get some of the family members to help out with digging potatoes, but we have a potato party every year. So everybody that digs potatoes gets invited to the potato party, and we make all different types of things. It used to be just called a French fry party because that's all we would do, but now we change it up a little bit, and you know, we just love potatoes around here. Going through with another round of potatoes. We just got all the baskets filled again. There's more potatoes here than we originally thought. We knew there was gonna be a lot, but I think as we got further down to this end of the field, yeah, we ran into more potatoes. And this section of the field is not rocky. If you look along these potatoes, there's some rocks here and there, but nothing compared to the amount of potatoes. And we have that row we were just in, and then this lower row, it also has tons of potatoes. I don't know if we're gonna get them all picked up this morning, but whatever we get accomplished will be a big deal. So this spot in the field is one that we were excited to get to. All of the potatoes are massive. It's just handfuls of potatoes going into the basket. I'm gonna fill a basket and not even move. There we go, look at that. Didn't even have to move and I got a basket. So Daniel is still on vacation with his wife. He has not come back yet. That's weird. Daniel with his wife. Oh my. But anyway, we got a little extra help today. You saw Tracy's out here with us. Uncle Albert's out here with us, and Petey has just shown up. So we just got a big picking crew here now. How do you feel about the potatoes, Dad? What do you think?
Beautiful. Wait till that wagon's completely full.
It'll be full in no time. There's too many potatoes here on the ground. I don't know what you're gonna do with them all.
I'll find a place for them, don't worry.
We got another stack of baskets filled. This little section here in the middle has a lot. So, I mean, it's taken a little longer than we had originally thought. I thought we were gonna be moving through this quicker, but I guess it's also a good thing and a bad thing. I'd like to be done, but there's a lot of potatoes here. Like, what am I gonna do? Leave them on the ground? There's no way. Once we get all these potatoes picked up, that'll be a big deal because we're gonna come through and we're gonna get all the rocks taken out of it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the rocks taken out of it. And then whatever we wanna put in here, whether it's cover crop or something else, it'll be ready for it. That potato wagon is getting pretty full. I gotta be careful where I dump. it is pretty obvious to see that that wagon is getting pretty full. So we're gonna have to move on to dumping in bins here shortly. So we have a little bit of an issue. We're trying to get this row done by noon, but what do you think, Dad? You think it's gonna get done?
I do.
What about the wagon? It's so full.
Why do you even ask her? It's our first day out here.
We also now have Gavin here. How are the horses today, Gavin?
They were great. Some of them were not. They didn't want to cooperate.
I couldn't imagine that, Gavin. Horses not wanting to cooperate.
I know, it's crazy.
We're on another round of picking up baskets. I don't know how many more we're gonna be able to fit on that wagon. It's getting pretty full. I don't know how I'm gonna get this on here. Let's see. I'm gonna try dumping it from the back, see if that works. Yeah, that, ooh. I may have knocked a few potatoes off. Just a few. There we go. Maybe could fit one more on. It's gonna be tight. Well, we've run into a little bit of a pickle, something we weren't really thinking about. We only have about room for one more bucket on the wagon. We still have everything we need to pick up in this row, and then our other row, which is just as full. So yeah, we're gonna have to fill bins up. We're gonna have to bring bins out and do it that way. Hopefully we have enough bins. That shouldn't be a problem, but it's gonna take up a lot of room, that's for sure.
Look, found Mr. Potato Head.
I know.
We need about 3 more baskets of potatoes, and then we'll have our first row all picked up. The wagon is about the fullest I've seen it in a very, very long time. That is one full potato wagon. That's where we're gonna be calling it for the morning. It is now lunchtime, so we're gonna head back to the farm and get something to eat. All in all, so far today, things have been going pretty good. I mean, potatoes look beautiful. We've been able to get them picked. I mean, leaves are changing. Can't ask for a better day. Alrighty, everybody, for lunch today, we are having meatball hoagies, and Grammy also made an apple crumb cake, and we got a salad. Ooh, that sounds good.
We're back out in the potato fields now. It's just myself, Brian, and Albert working at the moment. PD's over there disking. I'm sure we'll have Matt joining us soon. Also, the wagon for the potatoes is full. We switched over to using the pumpkin bins. We are now finished off with potatoes. We got quite a couple bins full. One waiting to be filled by the last load from the skid steer. Joel got here right in time, right as we were finishing. Perfect.
Looks like I was right on schedule.
What were you up to today, Joel?
Today I was taking one of the horses at our stable to a veterinary clinic to get his eye checked out. Short story is that it looks like we're gonna have to take him to another clinic to get things taken care of, but in the long run, he should be okay.
It does not get much better than that for a day, doesn't it? It's just potatoes on top of potatoes. But now that we are back at the farm, it is getting a little on the later side, so we have to get the farm market all closed up, and then we got a special treat for dinner tonight. Dad and Matt are up top getting the farm market all closed up for the night. They had mentioned to me that they hadn't got the animals fed or the calves taken care of, so I'm working on that right now while they get everything closed up. Just taking a slow walk through the chicken pen to see if I can find any eggs that were laid today. We got a few. You also have to look on the ground just in case, because these younger chickens, they don't always understand the concept of the nests right away. Sometimes you gotta check the ground, sometimes you don't. Today, looks like we don't have to check the ground. I also ran in the back and collected those eggs. We ended up with a half basket, so that's pretty good. I am now home for the day. Let me tell you, we got a lot accomplished. Getting the last of those potatoes all harvested. Oh my, what a day. For dinner tonight, ooh, it's a little exciting. Lauren's made something special, but I can't show you until everybody gets here. Well, everyone, we are now getting ready for dinner, and Dad, tell everyone what's for dinner tonight.
Enchiladas!
Yes, enchiladas. And since we're getting ready to all sit down and eat, that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.